Hello, my name is Keith Weedman. I'm with Level 3 by Design. I'm here with Peter Hobler with the X Factor for a weekly conversation with Peter. Peter, let's talk about anger today and the impact of anger.
Good morning, Keith. Yeah, anger, especially in the realm of divorce, has such an impact. And you and I have had several conversations about the impact of anger. And yes, it's natural to feel angry. But the caveat, if you will, is when you get caught up in reacting to your anger and what that really does. And anger, especially in the realm of divorce, there's so many underlying subconscious fears that tend to trigger our anger. The ex says something or does something that just sets you off. And the second you get angry, you've lost control of yourself. You've lost control of the interaction with the ex. And it's not very likely that the ex will ever do what you want him or her to do. And when you think about it, when the ex is upset at you and yelling at you, do you feel they're in control? Typically, no. And they're certainly not in control of the interaction with you because, no, you do not want to do what they want you to do. Do you have any thoughts or questions to help clarify that for people, possibly? Or
I always like to think of anger as being something less than your best self. And I know you are someone who's committed to bringing your best self, and you want to bring the best self out of people who you interact with that are going through divorce.
Nope, so true. And I really like that. Being your best self, when you get angry, you're certainly not being your best self. And a little bit of irony, even when the kids are not present, once you've gotten angry, both of you and the ex go away angry, and it can still have an impact on the kids because everything we say and do as a parent teaches and impacts our kids. And to me, no matter what's going on in my life or what was way back when I was going through divorce, I realized I had to have clarity for what I wanted for my daughter. And that really centered on my being the best possible parent, the best possible father, in my case, for my daughter, who was 3 at the time, that I could be. And I realized all the times I'd gotten angry really had nothing to do with me. And I remember hanging up the phone from a conversation with my then personal coach about personal responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I hung up, was reflecting on all these times I'd lost control of myself and gotten angry, and the times my ex got angry at me. I walked to the closest mirror, I looked myself in the eyes, Keith, and I asked myself, who was responsible for when I got angry? And I realized right then and there it was me and only me. The only person that I can control or change is myself. And that began a transition where I committed to remain calm, especially in the interactions with my ex. And getting angry over and over again tends to make the trust disappear. And it's so much more important to be able to maintain a sense of calmness, of compassion, and to be able to compromise. And compromise is not giving in. Compromise is working things out for the sake of your children.
Yes.
So, anger is normal, but it's when we react to that anger that we've lost control. Because communications is 10% what we say and 90% how we say it. So if I were to get really angry at anyone, but at the ex in this case, I could simply say, you know what? I'm really angry right now. Let's revisit that topic when I've calmed down or we've both calmed down. But the communications is huge.
I'd be willing to bet that there's times when you got angry and your anger interfered with your effectiveness with your ex.
Oh, absolutely. If I got angry, she didn't want to continue the conversation, and she'd get angry and get belligerent and ornery or whatever. And it was a two-way street. So folks, think about when you're filled with that anger and about to explode, reflect on really what you want next to happen, especially for the sake of your kids, and make a different choice.
Sounds like Great words of wisdom, Peter. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Keith. Always great and fun and enjoyable being with you here. And I'll look forward to continuing the conversation next week.
That sounds good. I look forward to it too, Peter.
Likewise, Keith.
Take care. Have a great week.
You too.
We'll see you.